So now I've had the live chat actually pop up down at the bottom, the little notification you get when you go live. You get a little notification saying, welcome to the live chat. So hopefully now that is the chat set up. So hopefully we will be okay. So let's carry on with this event. Hopefully the comments now work. We are hoping that the comments now work. I hate it when YouTube goes a little bit screwy like that. It completely just goes random. I've had it before in the past where we lose comments. Would be good to have a second phone, as someone mentioned before in the chat. Let's feed this Houndoom Metagross. So what raids we got currently about at this moment? We've got a Toxicroak, a Goomy, a couple of Regirocks, Shadow Regirocks, which we won't be able to do, and then a 1-star Shadow, which hasn't yet hatched. So nothing amazingly brilliant on raids at the moment. Let's swap our buddy out for something else we're working on, which is a shiny Pangaroo. Very nice shiny Pangaroo. I really wanted this on a research day. Of course, part of the Fuzzy Buddy research day a couple of months ago, or about a month ago, I'd say, probably around April time. Hey, we have our chat back. Our chat went completely screwy on the last live stream, so I was hoping someone joined onto this one and commented down below. Yeah, we completely lost our chat, so I do apologise for that. Anybody tuning back in, thanks very much for tuning back in. Hey Vin, how are you? Hey Maxo, thanks very much for joining. Good. Make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Brilliant, thanks very much for your sub, Vin. Tiny Dedenne. Hey PokeRay, how are you? From India, that is absolutely awesome. I love how so many people from different places around the world get involved in the comments. Absolutely wicked. Can you trade with me? Unfortunately, you have to be close to each other to trade, so I can't trade from a distance that I am away. We need to be within about 10 meters of each other to trade, unfortunately. Hey PokeTuber Karen, how are you? Thanks very much for joining. In Zaragoza, that is awesome. Very nice. So quite a few people from India in the comments. That is awesome. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, please. Turn on that notification bell. We do go live a few times a week, so hopefully you can tune into more live videos as well in the future. I am from the UK, so I'm from England, not far from Manchester. Now there's a showcase here. Can we add on any more showcases before these finish? We can. We have the biggest one because we are the only one. Don't mind that. Hey Natalie, how are you? So what shiny boosted Pokemon can we get today on the live stream? We're hunting for Wimpod, we're hunting for Magikarp, and we're hunting for Swablu. Those are the 3 shiny boosted Pokemon during this event. We're hoping to get at least one of those during the live stream. Would be very, very nice indeed if we can. So I'm from the UK. I'm from near Manchester in the UK. Oh, you got my live suggested today. That's awesome. Glad it's suggesting people. Hopefully that's because we built up the fan base a little bit more now. Got ourselves our very new logo as well. We managed to sort it out a couple of weeks ago. Very cool looking logo. If you haven't already seen that, it is part of the channel introduction video as well. So make sure to go check the logo out. It is very cool. Yeah, you can definitely add me. I will put my trainer code up on the screen in just a moment, and you can add me. Let's just see what this rocket is. I'm hoping it's Key. It isn't. It's normal. Hey, Pokey Dreamer, how are you? Thanks very much for subscribing. If you haven't already, please do so. So trainer code, if anybody wants to add me, please go ahead and do so. I've got quite a few trainer spaces available still. So make sure to take a screenshot of that or quickly note it down and give me an ad. Let me know in the comments that you've added me and I will accept you during this live stream. Haunter, always love seeing any part of a Gengar family out in the wild. So I'm from the UK, I'm from England. Miss out on that Wimpod spawn. It's actually just despawned, which is a little bit annoying. Let's just go back and get that. Here's one of the shiny boosted during this event. This one may be shiny. Don't want to miss out on clicking it. There it is. No shiny, unfortunately. Excellent throw nonetheless. Pokemon storage is full. Not the ideal, but let's delete some of these. Weedle in the wild. Bit of a strange one during this event, but still very happy to have it, being that it's very cheap to evolve. And of course, during this event, we have 2 times evolution XP as well, which is absolutely awesome. Added, thanks very much. I will accept you in just a second. After I've eventually hit this Wimpod. Terrible throws. I do apologise for that. Absolutely rubbish throws there. Just accepted. Thanks very much for the ad. So what raids have we got about now? There's a couple more popped up. Not anything really brilliant, is there, on raids at the moment? Obviously, Mega Houndoom would be a nice one to do, but there's none of those about. Don't really fancy doing a Toxic Oak as well. I think we'll save our particles so we can do more tomorrow during Max Monday. I think Max Monday tomorrow is Grookey, so we will be live for that. Hey Pogo Adventure, how are you? My top Pokemon collection. So the highest ones I've got are there on the screen. A white Kyurem at 5,206. Regigigas Shiny 98, still not maxed out. Hoping to get a few more candies for that during the Shadow Raid Day. And as you can see, quite a lot are already maxed out to level 50, including none other than that Shundo we managed to get the other day. Our Shundo Metagross. Very, very nice Shundo indeed. Can't wait for its Mega to come out now. Still one of the original Megas, still not to be released. Trainer code, I will put that up on the screen again in just a second. We'll just catch a Swablu and then I'll put it up for you. So the trainer code is there. If you do want to add me, let me know that you've added me in the comments and I'll accept you while we're live on stream. So I haven't got an active community in my village that I live in here, but in my local town, I am the Pokemon Go community ambassador and also the leader of that community. So I do host a lot of the events for that community. It's not too far away. It's about a 10-minute drive away. And we've roughly got around about 200, 300 members in that community. It's a decent town. We can do quite a lot of Gigantamax when it comes down to Gigantamax battle days and obviously raid days like we had yesterday. We ended up doing 29 Mega Kangaskhan, so it's a decent community. Something I very much enjoy being a leader of. I seriously have no Gigantamax. So Gigantamax, we did make them slightly easier than what they used to be, but still the Gigantamax are very hard to take down. Do need to clear out some of the storage in just a second. Yeah, that's a little bit annoying. I think with some of the Gigantamaxes we've managed to do it with about 4 or 5 people in our community, but that's just because we've got the right counters and powered up and level 50s and stuff like that. So yeah, it's all about getting the right counters, I think, with a Gigantamax. And of course, working as a team as well, you perhaps need somebody in your team that's a healer, somebody who's going to do the attacking. So yeah, it's all about coordination, I think, with those Gigantamax. Hey Emma, how are you? Thanks very much for joining. Yeah, there is going to be a feature come out soon where you can actually remote raid the Gigantamax and Dynamax, and that feature hopefully will be about in the next, or potentially could even be for GoFest, but it's definitely been found in the code, so definitely keep an eye out for that. The concept will be that it will cost 1 remote battle pass as well as the amount of particles it would be to do if you were there. So if it's a Gigantamax, it will cost you 800 max particles as well as a remote raid pass. So that is going to be a concept of it. So definitely keep an eye out for that. But hopefully that's going to be in an update soon, I would hope. But like I say, maybe in time for GoFest. Loads of Whalmers that we can delete here to create some room. And then also loads of Swablues. Get rid of these and then we can start doing some catching. I do really like Rookidee spawning this event. It's of course a Pokemon that got released a couple of months ago now, but we've never had an event where it's so easy to obtain than it is currently. Of course it can't be shiny, but still a very, very nice time to try and get a decent one. So what raids do we have about now? We have a mega raid at 31 minutes past, which is down there, I would say. Is that? Yes, mega raid down there. So a mega Houndoom, we will start heading over to that. So there's not many decent things about on raids at the moment, which is a little bit disappointing. It's the only downside to this event, I would say, at this moment. We've got quite a few shiny boosted Pokemon, and the likes of Rookidee are very nice. And also the likes of Toxel in 10km eggs. Mime Jr. for the first time being available globally in 5km eggs, although apparently the egg drop for 5km is incredibly rare. So if you do get a 5km egg, then you have been very, very lucky. So let's see if we can get one of these. Ace is back in. Hey Ace. Apologies for having to finish the earlier live stream and go live again. We had a few technical difficulties with the chat, but I couldn't see any of the chat that popped up. Again, another reason why Ace was probably right in getting a second phone and having that as a chat phone. yeah, I've definitely got a spare phone anyway, so I can definitely start using it for that. So like I mentioned before, it's Grookey. It is Grookey. Was going to say Spotlight Hour, Max Monday. Grookey Max Monday tomorrow. Of course, Grookey cannot be shiny, but we will do it to see if we can get any decent Grookey, Dynamax Grookey, and of course to see if we can evolve that into Rillaboom. Rillaboom is going to be a decent grass type for the Dynamax and Gigantamax battles. So we'll save the particles for that. Hey, how are you? Thanks very much for joining. Loving the amount of people who are getting involved with it in the comments down below. See you again soon. Thanks very much for joining. If you haven't already, like the video, double tap on the screen, like the video, subscribe to the channel as well. And don't forget to turn on that notification bell. We will be live again tomorrow, as we just mentioned, for Grookey Max Monday, and then again on Spotlight Hour on Tuesday. Both days will be live from around about 5:45 p.m. British summer time till around about just after 7 p.m. So we're just going to head down to this Mega Houndoom and see if we can solo it this time. So unfortunately, this live stream has not brought us any shinies. We've been live since around about 12 o'clock today. And none of these shiny boosted Pokemon have sparkled for us so far. And we haven't had anything from the raids we've done as well. Or the Dynamax. So let's see if this last few spawns and this raid and the walk back can potentially gain us a shiny before we finish today. So we'll check in just a moment as well if any of these spawns we've caught today are in fact Hundo. Would be nice to get some of these wild spawns Hundo, especially the likes of Rookidee. That'd be a very nice Hundo to get, but no, the last Hundo we got was a Kangaskhan from yesterday's raid day. Our third Hundo Kangaskhan that we've ever had. Whalmer does not want to stay in the ball. So we should just be in range now to jump into this raid. Let's see what squad it recommends. It is recommending the ground types and the rock types. So he's probably got something which is going to be damaging to the likes of Lucario, with it being a steel type. We had recommended Lucario last time. So I would hazard a guess that this is definitely running fire type moves, this Mega Houndoom. So with that in mind, let's go for Rampardos as our preferred choice, and we will do a team of 6 level 50 Rampardos. We have 12 level 50 Rampadoses, 13 if you count a shadow. So we will put our shadow in the last place. That's going to do additional damage with it being a shadow one. And of course we have got our Shundo one in there as well. So this is our team to try and take down Houndoom. And let's see if we can solo this with this team. So a squad filled with Rampardos. What moveset is Houndoom going to get? Is it going to be a decent move to go against with this team of Rampardos? Its fast move doesn't seem to be doing too much damage to us, which is good. But what is its charge move? Seemingly taking a while to get to that charge move, whatever it is. We still haven't been hit by it. In fact, this Rampardos could be going out just by its fast moves alone. There we go. Still not charge move. There is a Fire Blast. As you can see, not very effective, but still doing more than half the damage of Rampardos. But still, we keep working our way down on the Mega Houndoom health bar. Here is our third Rampardos, our Shundo of our collection. Very, very nice Shundo to get. And it does immediately get hit by one of those Fire Blasts, which isn't ideal, but still. There is another Fire Blast that will see that Rampardos out. And we are into our 4th one. Another Fire Blast coming in from the Mega Houndoom. And again, another Fire Blast. So our 5th Rampardos we are on to now. 195 seconds left on the clock. Another Fire Blast come in. We're not dodging any of these. We don't want to waste the time dodging. We'll have to see how we go the second time round if we feel like we need to dodge. Just to last a little bit longer. And there is our Shadow Rampardos here at the end. So you can see that this is being dealt quite a bit more damage with the fast moves that Houndoom is chucking at it, but it is going to do more damage in the end of it as well. I do have a Gigantamax Kingler and a Gigantamax Lapras, both of which are shiny. And I also have a couple of normal ones as well. So let's just jump in with recommending and see what this team does now. It did recommend Machamp, and it also recommended some Kyogres. So let's see if these fare any better than the Rampardos team that we used before. Machamp not faring very good against that Fire Blast, but still, its first move isn't very effective, so that's probably why it's suggesting Machamp. Let's see if we can claw back this. We're still meant to be yellow yet, so this isn't looking likely this time round. But we will go in again, of course. Unfortunately, I can't trade with anybody who's not really close by. You've got to be within 10 meters of each other to trade, unfortunately. So that wouldn't be possible. So Shadow Tyranitar doing quite a decent amount of damage against the Mega Houndoom with that Stone Edge. Still, we've got quite a bit of health left to go on this Mega Houndoom. And there is Groudon. Potentially we could primal one of these Groudons and go in with this the second time round if we do fail to do it this time. And that might give us a better chance of doing it. That Fire Blast is very, very powerful, that Mega Houndoom's got. Incredibly powerful. Still, we'll try and carry on. 45 seconds coming up on the clock. We're just going into red, which isn't ideal. Perhaps need to be red around about 60, 70 seconds. So it isn't going to be ideal this time around. "25 seconds left on the clock, and you can see the amount that we still need to do to take this down. A huge amount. So maybe Primal Kyogre might be the best one to take this down. I think that's what we're going to do. I think we're going to go in with Primal Kyogre and try this solo again. Yeah, that's definitely the way we're going to do this. Primal Kyogre, with having fire moves, is going to last longer. So let's see if we can take this down. A lot of things to revive. So again, we'll jump in. We'll set this team up. Let's primal that Kyogre. Do love the shiny Primal Kyogre when it goes all black. Very, very nice primal indeed. And then the rest of the team we're going to leave as it is there. And see how we fare with this team. And let's just save this team so that we've got it saved and ready to go when we revive, if we need to. And let's see if second time lucky is going to be the case. Huge Primal Kyogre. Very, very nice. Shiny indeed. A 98 as well, level 50. Origin Pulse doing decent amount of damage as well. And it's withstanding that charge move that Mega Houndoom's got, that Fire Blast, pretty well. So it can survive 3 of those Fire Blasts by the looks of it before fainting out on the 4th one incoming. So there is a 4th one. And then we go in with the Terrakion. So back to the normal team now of Terrakion. Also Rampardos at the end, Shadow Rampardos. Into a few of those Sacred Swords, which is of course Terrakion's legacy moveset, the best moveset that Terrakion learns by far. And of course, all of those Pokemon, the Guardians as they're called, Terrakion, Cobalion, and Virizion, all can learn Sacred Sword, but by far Terrakion makes the most of it. It is the best one out of the 3 for raids. Shiny 93 Groudon. And then we're in with our Keldeo, working towards level 50 on this guy. 93 as well, 14, 14, 14 on the stats. A very nice 93 mythical. And doing decent amounts of damage against this Mega Houndoom. Of course, being water and fighting, it's going to resist that fire move quite well, as you can see there, surviving 2 before fainting out. And then we have our Shadow Rampardos. So we are looking a lot better for time this time round. Shadow Rampardos getting hit by that Fire Blast and taking quite a lot of damage from it. So the team has fainted out. Let's get Max revived as quickly as we can and get back in. So let's rejoin with our Primal Kyogre again. And we've just come out to a Fire Blast, which isn't ideal, but still, we can hopefully last 3 of those before fainting out on the 4th again. Another Fire Blast incoming. So we should survive this one. It's the next one which we need to worry about. Can we get to another Origin Pulse before we get knocked out here? No, we can't. We do faint out that time. Terrakion back in and doing a few Sacred Swords already. Gets that charge move very quickly, Terrakion, so that is good. We can hopefully do a decent amount of damage. And we aren't getting hit by Fire Blast, but there's one incoming. Takes away Terrakion, half of Terrakion's health. And we are into a red with 69 seconds remaining, I think it was there. This is going to be incredibly close once again. We had a very, very close solo raid yesterday. Definitely worth viewing that on the channel if you haven't already. We tried to solo a Mega Kangaskhan raid and the ending of that raid was absolutely epic. So please go ahead and check that out on the channel. But Mega Houndoom, we have 35 seconds coming up now left. A few more Sacred Swords. Still working it down. 30 seconds remaining. 20 seconds remaining now. This is going to be very close indeed. Very, very close. Terrakion is down and out. The next Pokemon is Groudon. We need to get to some of these Precipice Blades. 7 seconds remaining. There is a Precipice Blade incoming. Can we get to another? No, just missed out. That is so annoying. That is so annoying. Oh, we were so close. That was so annoying. That was ridiculously close there. Right, team change. Do we need to change anything with that team or can we do it? Primal Kyogre was doing really, really well. So Terrakion's was doing well as well. I think all those were doing really well. It was just that the Primal Kyogre does so much more damage. Potentially if we set up a team with just Primal Kyogre and keep going in, that might be the best way to do it. Let's do that. Let's set up a team with just Primal Kyogre and then keep reviving and see how we get on there. So let's go down here. Add new party. Hound. And then let's just set up a team with just Primal Kyogre in to take this down. Mantine out of 10. I think Mantine Shiny is very, very cool. I think Mantine by itself, I would probably rate it around about a 6. I quite like the Mantine, but it's not something I go massively mad on. But yeah, 6 out of 10 for Mantine. So, third attempt on the Mega Houndoom. We're going to go in with Primal Kyogre and see if we can solo it just using a Primal Kyogre. Obviously, keep reviving it when we do get fainted out. It is running Fire Blast, which is rather annoying to try and solo. But let's see if we can do this before we finish the live stream today. So we need to be quick on the revive button when we get round to reviving. But let's see if we can do this. Primal Kyogre versus Mega Houndoom. Fire Blast incoming. And with being a water type, we survive that pretty well. We can probably deal with 3 Fire Blasts and a couple of its fast moves before fainting out. Hey, Hydreigon, how are you? So another Fire Blast coming in, and this will see us out. Let's get re-lobbied. Max revive, revive all, re-lobby, go in. Let's go. So each time we re-lobby, Mega Houndoom will regain 5% of its health. It normally does that anyway. If you're in any raid, when one of your team faints, you might see an increase in the health bar of the raid boss you're going against. And that is the reason why. It's because someone's fainted out and it's regained part of its health. How close did you get with a Mega Kangaskhan solo? Did you manage to do it, or did you struggle in the end? Another fire blast and that will see us out again. Super close. That is really annoying. Mega Lucario was by far the best counter for Mega Kangaskhan yesterday, but if Mega Kangaskhan had any sort of ground move, so Mud Slap as a fast move or Earthquake as a charge move, it became incredibly difficult to take down. So let's do a bit of change of tactic here halfway through, and we'll go in with this team that we set up before to see if we can last longer by not having to revive. See if we can pull back some of this damage. So we'll see if we can dodge some of these. That might be a tactic. That might be the tactic. If we can dodge these fire blasts, can we get to more origin pulses with this primal Kyogre and therefore last longer to be able to take it down? Yeah, I can add my trainer code after this. If you want to friend me, you can do. Let's see if we can do this first. Fire blast incoming. That's going to be our Kyogre down and out. Terrakion now in for the fight. Getting to a few of those Sacred Swords. Terrakion is really, really good against this, it seems. It's just those Fire Blasts do quite a bit of damage to Terrakion. But its Sacred Swords do charge up really quickly. And it means we can get to quite a few of them before getting Fire Blasted. In with our second Terrakion. This is going to be close. This is going to be very, very close indeed. Need a couple more. Let's just dodge that. Couple more Sacred Swords. Come on. Oh, no way. I thought we did it. No. Oh my God, that was so close. That was so close. Wow. That was ridiculous. No way. No way. That was really, really close. That was mental. So Terrakion is definitely a really good pick to go against this. So with that in mind, I'm going to choose Terrakion and Terrakion to go with this primal Kyogre and then just revive these three. I think that might be the best tactic. That is insane. If you want to put your training code down below, then please do. I won't be able to add you from that, but others might be able to if you want to. So fourth and what will probably be the final attempt. Can we do it without wasting a raid pass? Can we do this mega Houndoom solo? We're trying it again. Primal stuff is really good. But Tracheon is definitely proving its worth as well during these battles. So in with the first of 2 Tracheons that we're using for this mega Houndoom. Sacred Sword just charged up really quickly and is doing a decent amount of damage each time as well. First Tracheon is going to be out though. The next fast move that comes in. Getting to one last Sacred Sword before we do though. And then here is the second Tracheon. First Fire Blast will do about half damage on our Tracheon. The second Fire Blast will see us down and out most likely. And there it is. So let's quickly revive and jump back in with that same team. Ginger Baguette, I love that. What a name. That is an awesome choice of trainer name. Can we get to another Origin Pulse before we faint out here? Unfortunately not. Love it. So it's not chucking a Fire Blast in quite some time now, so that means we can get to some of these Sacred Swords, which is doing decent damage. There is a Fire Blast, so we'll have to revive again and jump back in with this team. Max revive. Let's get that Kyogre back in. 68 seconds on the clock. First of those Fire Blasts coming in. We've got incredibly close on a couple of occasions now, which is really, really annoying. Let's see if we can, on this time round, get the result we want. Fire Blast incoming. We can survive that, just about. That one we won't though. Couple of Sacred Swords. Will this do it? Oh, how much health has that got left? That is ridiculous. I've tried only Kyogre and it doesn't like it. It's just dies too quickly. That is absolutely ridiculous, that is. That is crazy. Oh, so annoying. I think we'll drop Keldeo in this team as well. Keldeo. I think that did decent damage last time round. Oh, that is so annoying. I'm hoping with the introduction of Keldeo, we can just not revive as often. And that means we'll be able to take it down, I'm hoping. Let's see anyway. This will be the last time I attempt this. Super, super annoying. So annoying. We're getting so close and yet still not managing to do it. Primal Kyogre is definitely the best primal against this, especially with fire moves at the moment. Does a lot of damage with those origin pulses. It just takes a while to get to them. That's the annoying thing. I've got Shadow Rampardos, but with having Fire Blast, it just seems to obliterate most things I'm using, which is rather annoying. Terrakion seems to last a good amount of time and gets quite a few Sacred Swords off. Keldeo seems to last a decent amount of time as well. Of course, with that being water and fighting, it does help. So, because if I have 2 Fire Blasts, Terrakion can. And then that will be down and out. And then here's our Keldeo. We're working towards level 50 in this little guy. 93, one of the better mythicals I've had. Sacred Sword again, charging up really quickly. So down and out. Revive, max revive, slide across, let's go. Let's just dodge those Fire Blasts if we can. See if that helps. While we've got this Primal Kyogre. I think it's worth dodging the next one. I think we're going to get knocked out by the fast move. Hey Vin, how are you? Thanks so much for joining again. As we are trying to solo this Mega Houndoom for the 5th time. 5th and final time as well. No matter what, we will be not doing it again after this. So let's see if we can do it. Go for it. Primal Groudon doesn't seem to last very long with the moveset it's got, which is annoying. So Primal Kyogre seems to do more moveset damage. Come on, Keldeo. See us over the line. No! We have got so close on so many occasions. That is really, really annoying. That is super annoying. That is so close. We have done 5 times now. And that is just super annoying. Unfortunately, we're going to have to leave it for today. That is definitely one that I'm going to solo while it's about this time around. Potentially we'll end up with a better moveset next time we try it. So close. That is ridiculous. How many times have we tried that and we've got so close. It's beat us this time, Mega Houndoom. It won't beat us next time. We are going to take that down next time. We are going to work on our squad. Hopefully get one with a better moveset to go against and take that down as a solo. That is for sure. That is so annoying. We're going to have that. When I do defeat that, I'll be doing a YouTube video and putting it on my channel. So keep an eye out for that. That is definitely a target to do. I'm not going to let Mega Houndoom beat me this event. So that today is the live stream. We are going to finish it there, unfortunately. So if you haven't already, please make sure to use lots of primal. Yeah, unfortunately you can only primal one thing at any one time, which is so annoying. But yeah, make sure to add me if you haven't already. Trainer code up on the screen. If you want to add me, take a screenshot of that now and send me a invite. I will get you accepted. But that for today is a live stream. We will be finishing there. Thanks so much for everybody who's tuned in, who's got involved in the comments down below. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel as well, turn on that notification bell. We will be live tomorrow for the Grookey Max Monday, 5:45 British summertime. So make sure to tune in for that. And I'll see you hopefully tomorrow. Bye for now.